Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are getting a visit from the vet, and for once it's not too bad because today we are blood testing a lot of ewes. So we are doing our MV accreditation test, which we have to do every couple of years, and I'll explain a bit more about that if you don't know exactly what it is as we get into the video. We have Josie here. We have got ewes that need to get in. We have already trailered up the tups that need testing. So all I've got to say, guys, I hope you enjoy, and don't forget, like and subscribe. Go on, girls, time to get in. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. All right, Barbie. Good girl, Josie. That'll do. Good girl, Josie. Good girl. And again, push them, push them. Good girl, Josie. Good girl. Good girl, Josie. Pushing. Here now, here now. Good girl, good girl. Good girl. Push them, push them. Good girl. Good girl, Josie. Good girl. Good girl, Josie. So that is all of the ewes in. We are only really going to have to do half of these, and as I said before, these are going to be blood tested. So the reason we're doing this, we are what we call MV accredited, and MV is a disease called Medivisner. So it is a wasting disease, a little bit like Yoni's, not exactly the same, and our flock here at home is accredited. So every 2 years we have to do a blood test to make sure that none of the sheep on this farm have that disease. And that means when we're selling our stock, it is worth a little bit more because the buyer then knows that they're not going to buy in stock which is going to have this disease. So how the scheme works, we've now been in it 8 years. You have to do all of your breeding rams that are over 18 months old, so that is basically all the breeding tups on the farm, and any other sheep that you buy in. So all the tups are in there, as well as you have to do so many ewes compared to how many you have on the farm. So on the farm we have about 220 ewes, and it's going to mean we've got a blood test about 115 of them. We'll just do them as they go through, as they're all down here anyway. So all we've got to wait for now is the vet to come from Glenthorne, which I think Nicola is coming out today. She is the sheep specialist, so it should be quite interesting. We'll have a chat to her and we'll show you exactly how it is done. So Nicola has just come down and we've started to do the blood testing. So we've done about 30, just got going, and now you're going to explain exactly what we're doing today basically.
Yeah, so we are blood testing for Medivisner, which is a viral disease that can cause wasting and respiratory problems. This flock is accredited, so this is the routine periodic test, so we just have to do a percentage of the flock, and it just involves taking blood from each of the individuals, jugular vein in their neck, and then we will get them sent off to the lab and they test for the antibodies.
Basically get sent up to Scotland, and then within a week we know if we've passed or failed. It's fairly simple really, isn't it?
Yeah. And then obviously if there is anything that we need to worry about, we deal with it then.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed not.
It's a bit like, I guess it's like the equivalent of a TB test for cattle. It's that kind of thing for a sheep where you don't want to fail.
Yeah, nerves. Okay, so all we do is we put our thumb across the vein, and that raises the vein, and then hopefully if we'll just straighten the head up a little bit, it becomes quite obvious, and we just put our needle in, connect our blood tube, and then the vacuum in the tube draws the blood out, so you don't even have to do any syringing. And then that is what. And then we get the blood.
Just like that, and then all of them go into the tray like that, ready to be sent off. We need a number. Yeah, I need a number now. So she is number 204.
Lovely.
Then there is a correlating barcode on the piece of paper to each of the tubes. We have their ear tags too, just in case it gets lost. And we also need to know their age and breed. Obviously, all of these are cleansed, so it's fairly simple.
Okay, sweetheart.
She's 199.
Thank you. So much more obvious, it just becomes like...
Yeah. You may notice there as we're walking a lot of these in, a lot of them do have really big bags, and that is because these were weaned 2 days ago. So if you are thinking they might have mastitis or anything like that, that is the reason why a lot of them look very milky. Right, so I apologise if there is not too much footage, but as you can see behind me, it is very grey, so we are rushing through these before it rains. So if you don't see any more of this, I'll see in a bit, but fingers crossed I'll get some more, but I won't hold you up anymore. Very wet now. Not for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Best one of the day.
Good boy. What a handsome prince.
Right guys, it was a little bit of a mad one there, wasn't it? So we managed to get all those blood tested. Unfortunately got a bit wet, so that is why I've had to have a little bit of a change of clothes there. And coincidentally, the sun has come back out. It's been a mad day. Bright sunshine, 20 odd degrees, and then it tipped it down. Out of the blue, went absolutely black as anything. And we got soaked, but all of them were blood tested, so now all those samples are going to be sent off, as we said, up to Scotland, which is the SRUC, which do all the blood testing and all the accreditation schemes. So a lot of breeds in the country, they will be accredited. For example, Texels, Suffolk, Charolais, Beltex. If you go at the shows and you'll see 2 sheds, one will see MV accredited and you'll see non-MV. That is basically what we're testing for today. So if you're non-MV, it's really hard to show certain breeds, and a lot of them do it. But that isn't the main reason I actually do it. The main reason is it's an accreditation scheme, so we have the peace of mind that we know that the sheep are all good. There are other schemes like this, so you can do it for Yonis, EAE, I think it's EAE, and all sorts of stuff. It's just the kind of things you do as a sheep farmer to make sure that your flock is healthy, and that's the exact reason we do it, to make sure all the sheep are as healthy as possible. But yeah guys, we'll get the results now in about a week's time, and I'll update you probably in the next video or two as in how we got on. Fingers crossed it all went to plan. We've been here 8 years and touch wood, we've had no problems. We've always bought from accredited stock. We've never touched anything that's non-accredited. Like, we have to pass loads of little things, so we can't have our sheep next to other sheep that are non-accredited. You have to have at least a 2-meter barrier and rules like that. There's all sorts of hoops you've got to jump through, but it's worth it in the end guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and once again, I'll see you next time.